Oh, oh.
Whoa, jeez.
All right, I'm in here.
Easy, cycle.
I think you're supposed to like turn it away.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it's got
Or you
all
can
these
just-
hinges, and you're
I know.
acting like it's a mountain that you just gotta just move around.
The first time, I'm a little nervous. You can tell. All right, are we ready?
Oh yeah, I can't be
Yeah.
itching my face. We're on camera now.
We are on camera.
Wow,
That's pretty wild.
that is amazing.
I think we've dreamed
We've
about
really
this for a
moved
while.
up.
Sure.
I mean, not
okay.
in viewership, not in fans.
Yeah, not
we
the
just-
opinion of our wives.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not there. But we've moved up.
In our own mind.
Yes,
I
and
get
in
it.
our ability to
Yep.
just get ourselves out there.
Well, welcome to season 3 of the Rise podcast. If you missed season 2, no surprise. It's all going to get dumped all at once. We started recording it, I think, in the beginning of 2020, kind of like the COVID tapes.
The lost tapes, I call them.
Yeah. So they're great conversations. If you want to go back and listen to them, we just dumped them all at once. We complain about a lot of stuff. Tough year. We celebrate a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, we do a lot of toasts.
Yeah. Yep. Greg tries to bring back here,
Yeah.
which is not successful.
You're here.
And so we just called all of that season 2, and then this is just going to be season 3. So, and I know what you're wondering. Yeah, Greg knew he was going to be on camera and still chose to wear that vest. So,
It's what
but
it's
you know
called.
what? Don't
Hey,
judge him
no.
for it. I'm going to stick up for you.
Okay, thank
Don't
you.
judge him for it. It's his grandfather's.
My
who's
dead grandfather.
no longer with us.
Yes.
And so we don't appreciate that kind of talk about Greg. So, Dre is here. Hey, we're just getting started, so feel free to just set up and we'll continue forward. So,
Yeah, I just want to say it. It's kind of like I call this vest the equalizer. I mean, part of it is I'm so incredibly good looking that I need to equalize myself here.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay, so that's maybe not true.
No, not
Okay.
So one of the
No
things
problem.
we struggled with in season 2 was feeling like our old tagline, faith, pursuit, excellence, it doesn't really fit anymore because we're not that excellent and we're not really pursuing a lot. So, but the faith was still relevant, right? And so we wanted to figure out a way to incorporate that. So based on what we talked about, we've been word playing a new tagline, and I pitched it to you guys. You liked it. So
Yep.
the Rise podcast, conversations about faith, fatherhood, and figuring it all out, because we try to figure a lot of things out, but we're not that
It's harder
good
than
at
you
it.
think to come up with a tagline that isn't lame. So
It is.
good
Yeah.
job.
It's not lame.
No, it's not
Oh,
lame.
okay.
I don't think. I guess
Excellent.
the viewers will decide, but
3 Fs.
Awesome. Well, to my far right, we have the distinguished Nate Tuff,
Wow.
and to his left, we have the illustrious Greg Pavic.
That's thank you.
And my name is Max. And behind the camera, we have Aviana on the levels and Drea setting up the tripod.
Hello. No, you don't have to feel bad.
No,
Don't
it's-
worry about it.
We're a pretty laid back bunch.
I mean, there's going to be like 3 people watching this anyway. I mean, just kidding.
All right, so let's just get started with weekly updates. That always
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like a good place to
Yeah.
start. Nate, how was your week?
Good. Today I was thinking about, so I was taking Makai, my son, to daycare, and on my road it's pretty busy, like because the elementary school is down there, and so at 8 o'clock there's tons of people going by. Well, I was thinking back to when I first moved into the house, and I was leaving for work, and I was kind of in a hurry, but obviously it's easier to back out of your driveway and just go the way that the traffic is
Yeah.
going,
Yep.
but it's quicker to my work if you back out and
Cross the
go
lane.
the other way.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I honestly, like, brains don't develop, I swear, until you're like 30. Because one time when I first moved in there, somebody stopped to let me get in, obviously. And I just like put it to the floor and swung that thing around and went across 2 lanes of traffic. And I'm lucky I didn't die that day. I was just thinking about that today.
But you saved 10 seconds.
Barely. Probably I waited longer at the stoplight on the other end. Like,
I know.
what is your brain thinking, honestly? Like,
Yeah.
25-year-old Nate, what are you doing? Why wouldn't you just...
But how sweet is it when you pull that move and then
But
you
what-
hit the yellow
The other,
and get through? Then you're like, wow, I would have had to wait if
the
I
other
would
thing I
have.
was thinking, what does the person think on the other side that couldn't even see you? Because obviously this car stopped here, and there's a car coming from here,
Mhm.
and you're backing this way and then going this way.
They're mad.
Like, what are they?
They're always,
not
they're
good.
always
What kind
mad.
of maniac
Yeah.
you
Whatever
gotta
any
be?
other car is doing that could potentially be mildly disruptive to you,
Just
pisses you
terrible.
I mean,
off.
some people
You're
never
the worst thing
graduate
ever.
out of that thinking and doing stupid things like that when they're
Mhm.
driving. I think I have, but that's crazy to do something like that. Why
This-
wouldn't you just take the right way? Like, what are you doing?
I've noticed the last year, I wait for those cars I could probably go
why
at a
not?
stop
What's
sign.
worth,
It's like,
why is it worth the risk?
yeah, I'm like, what am I doing? Just come on.
it's
I'll
like
wait
1
till after
second.
here.
It literally is 1 second.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That
can't
didn't
relate.
happen this
It's
week. That happened
terrible.
5
It's
years
hard,
ago,
though.
but it's been on
Sure.
my mind.
okay, so good week.
It's a heck of an update.
Greg, how was your last 5 years?
Yeah, last 5 years, a lot has happened. Last week, not as much. But this is exciting in my life. I got a mask. That's not what it's that's not exciting. But so in Alaska, you apply for these draw tags.
Oh, I'm so
Okay,
excited.
have I
about
told you this story?
Nope.
Okay,
Well-
I'm glad.
Okay.
So have you heard it already though?
I don't know. I've
I
heard
didn't tell
Alaska
him.
stories in the past about
No, he
hunting.
hasn't
Okay.
heard it. He
This is
hasn't
a
heard
new
it.
one? Okay.
Yeah, this is new. So in Alaska, you apply for draw tags. So there's tags that you can go get just over the counter. But there's special tags that you can apply for that go into that it's a lottery essentially.
Different areas, different.
Yep. Because of
Mhm.
conservation and
Yep.
management, they realize only a certain number of animals can be taken out
Yep.
of these areas to keep the herd healthy and
Yep.
yada yada. So there are wood bison up there, largest animals in the Western Hemisphere.
They look a lot like a regular bison. They're just like 20%
Okay.
bigger.
Yeah, 20% larger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool animals. The state uses hunting as a management tool to, take out the older males so that the herd can stay healthy, yada yada. So they use hunting as that thing. So this is a really coveted hunt. You have 15 to 20,000 applications go into this hunt.
Yep.
And they give out 50 tags. Guys apply for 30 to 40 years of their life to try to get this. If you draw it, you can never draw it again. It's a once in a lifetime thing. I applied this year and I got it. My first year ever
First
applying.
year applying.
Yes.
So I'm like at night I'm like reading books
Yeah.
on like bison
Greg
and
is
just
also
like
the most hated man in Alaska
Yeah.
right now.
yes,
100%.
yeah. It's like
100%.
Steven's been my brother who's a missionary in Alaska, and like Steven is just like telling this story, and everyone's like, yeah, no one likes.
But
it.
he's kind of excited though because
Oh,
he gets to go on the
so
hunt,
pumped.
right? Like
Yeah, he's-
that guy is.
He is giddy. I
Yep.
mean, he's like, I'm actually more excited I get to like kind of guide you
Yeah.
and be a part of it
than the
than
pressure of getting it.
Yes, he's just like he's so excited. New area to hunt. It's just cool. It's gonna be
That
cool.
is cool.
Be
These
really
are
fun.
buffalo that live in the trees.
Yeah, I mean,
No, they're on the ground.
yeah, they roost every night.
but they live in the woods.
Yeah, woods
Mm,
like, and especially
interesting.
though during winter they'll come out to like the deltas and kind of they'll eat in the flats,
Okay.
but they prefer really they'll find cover in the woods and
Mm.
stuff, and
Think of them as a prairie animal, so it'll be interesting to see them
Mhm.
in the woods.
it'll just
It'll
be
be
fun
super
to
fun.
have
That's really
have
cool.
an adventure.
What are the
man.
odds? But now you never get to do it again.
Yeah, and that's okay.
So you better
Yeah.
mentally prepare for it.
So
and
I drew this tag. I also I applied for 3 different things. I
He's
drew
here.
a caribou tag too
you are.
that I'm probably not even gonna get to use.
Well,
Steven-
maybe you can reject it and someone else can get drawn
Yeah, well,
or sell it.
yeah, wouldn't that be something? No, but anyway, I
Maybe you'll just go to Alaska, take 2 months off and just use them all.
don't say that. That would be
Oh, sorry.
just fantastic. But I there's
Sweet,
more to
good for
share
you.
there, but
Oh.
I'll hold it off. That'll be
Good.
great.
I know that you actually told me that 2 weeks ago, so that does not fit into how was your week. But
No, but
that's
it's
fine.
but it's still a big part
Yeah,
of my
it's still
emotional
the
week.
main, yeah.
I had a
Mo-
child 2 weeks ago, and I'm not going to talk about it because it wasn't this week.
Wow.
Yeah, just so you know
Okay.
how committed I am.
No,
to
I understand.
weekly updates.
No, I understand the boundaries now to this question. I'm surprised you got on me since Nate said a story from 5 years ago.
We're not even sure it was 5 years ago. I don't know if it was 4, 6. Hard to say.
This was before his
I
brain
get-
was developed.
You're right. I'm sorry. We'll loosen the rules a little bit. So yes, we had a child 9 days ago. Actually, today is her birthday or her planned birthday. What do you call that? Her due date.
Due
Her
date.
due date. Which is pretty exciting. So Amelia, she's perfect. Literally perfect.
She is awesome.
My wife
Her-
calls her Emmy like all the time.
Yeah, Emmy.
we call her Amelia in our house, actually.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
blondest hair. Just the
Unbelievable.
blondest.
Yeah,
That
So
is
cool.
awesome.
And a lot of it.
Man,
Elam had black
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
I don't know where Amelia got this blonde. I mean,
Rachel.
Elam will have blonde hair. Well, he has blonde hair
He does
now.
right now.
But
Yeah.
He'll have like really blonde hair when he gets to be a
Mhm.
teenager. But babies usually don't start with that.
Man.
So that was pretty wild.
So cool.
It is really. It's
Yeah.
fun. And she's been fun.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she's been awesome.
I love babies.
Yeah, I used to not. I
Yeah,
used to be like,
true.
I never really
Mhm.
grew up like with
Mhm.
younger siblings that were babies or older siblings that had babies when I was anything
Yeah.
like that. I never really like was around them, I guess. But
I'm still not a huge baby person.
really,
I mean, I love my like seeing
what are you made
Amelia.
of stone?
Yeah, I just no. I mean, it's
You ever
cool.
seen one?
They're
They're
just
they're
they're
precious and so
they're-
vulnerable.
They just are.
Just hold them
They
in
are
your
what they
arms.
are. You know,
Wow.
8 months. I tell you what, 8 months. That's when everything changes.
Hmm.
I love 8 months old. And
How old
up.
is Lincoln right now?
He is gonna be. I think he's 9 months today. Actually,
Oh, so
9
speaking
months
from
old.
experience,
Yeah,
you've been-
and both. I remember for Sawyer too. It's like I love them, of course. They're great, and it's just like, but they don't do much. And then you hit like 8 months, and all of a sudden they're like, this is actually a person. Even though I know they are, I don't get
Yeah.
that, but you know, get it.
We don't have to
There's-
get into that today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. So, two things I wanted to accomplish this podcast. One of them was a game.
Yep.
And the other one was some advice on fatherhood. Because I feel like I could use some advice. Just nothing terrible.
Yeah,
Just,
who
you
are
know,
we getting in to do that?
Yeah, no, it's just you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
wonderful.
Aviana and Andrea, if you have anything to add, feel free. Fatherhood is
You
tough. So
you may
just-
you may know more about fatherhood than we do.
You just let us know. So first, this game. So the
Okay.
idea came. I was talking to Rachel. As guys, we don't really understand this, but for women, they understand it. There is pressure of like what is in style and
Mhm.
out of style, and things change like constantly. And so I was going to take a guess at things that I thought were in style
Yeah.
that are not in style.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I did this with Rachel, and she kind of like showed me the gospel right now of like what's in style. And so I wanted to see if you guys know what's in style.
Oh, man, I'm
for
so
a lady.
ready.
And this isn't like I'm just kind of drawing broad strokes. Apparently, this is what's in style.
Sure.
Also, correct us if I'm wrong. This is what TikTok said. So I don't know. All right, so flare bottom jeans or skinny jeans? Which one's in style?
Yeah, flare right now.
What?
Well,
Skinny jeans are out. They're out of style.
Yeah.
Apparently. Is that true?
I think you
Is
should.
it true?
I think you should either be super skinny jeans, or like you're doing the Ross in the bathroom dance with those
The
leather pants, or got to flare them out.
Oh, okay. Apparently, like crop tops, t-shirts, sweatshirts, anything. You go to Target in the ladies section,
Yeah,
there's
Yep.
just not full shirts
no,
Mhm.
anywhere.
something terrible. It's like the world was put in a dryer.
Yeah. This giant fabric shortage.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just like
Just
they're like-
missing whole
they're
sections.
like, what do we do with them? We kind of ran out. They're like, send it out.
Sell it.
They'll buy it, and then it just works out.
So, did you guess that one? Right?
Oh,
Crop
didn't-
top? Which
didn't-
one did you guess?
So what was
I
the
thought you
choice?
just said that
crop
was.
top tops
We-
versus full length tops.
Oh yeah, crop
yeah.
tops.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Belly buttons are in right now. Fortunately,
Okay, this
know what we
tough
should do? What to put an end to that? I should walk around with my belly button out. That would stop the belly button craze. There's nothing
Yeah, it
attractive
would.
about that.
It would end it right there.
Ugh.
High rise jeans, low rise jeans.
Oh, high rise are in. You got because you got it.
I say low rise.
No, you got if
it
you're
was
gonna
high rise like a year and a half ago.
That one might have turned off. I don't know.
because if you're gonna go with crop tops, you got
think-
you got to high rise it.
I think it was high rise and that's shipped.
You think
The
it's low
sales
rise
shipped.
now?
I think it's sliding back.
Apparently, it's high rise right now. Low rise is out.
I am and
barely.
I am surprisingly good at this.
All right, and then the last one: side parts versus middle parts.
Oh yeah, well this is a generational thing, correct?
I don't know.
30 and up, side. 30 and under, middle.
Wow, is that true? That's apparently.
And I don't have TikTok.
I've been thinking about my own style lately, and I got a couple new clothes for
Mhm.
Christmas,
Mhm.
and it's made me want to spend a little bit more money on clothes than I have in the
Really?
last 5 years. Yep, I don't.
Yeah.
I still don't really enjoy going to the mall and like picking them, but if I could have some new clothes every like couple weeks, I wouldn't
Mhm.
be against that actually.
I am
That one good? Oh, good.
I'm very uncomfortable with trying new styles.
I don't feel like. Well, I don't think you should ever be uncomfortable trying new styles. I think people should just wear whatever they want.
Right.
But I am uncomfortable with the idea of there being things that are like in style and out of style. I just think there's so much pressure. Just wear.
You're
just
right.
wear what you
yeah,
like.
I agree.
I don't know. Is it really that? Well, not for us. Obviously,
Not
not
for
for
us.
pressure, and maybe not even in Marshall.
Maybe not.
But not true.
Not true.
Not true.
There's pressure. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
And then,
then you're like, oh, I should have known
But-
what
but
I
I
was
also
doing
would
here.
say that,
yeah, it catches you off
like,
guard then.
The style isn't cranked up here like it is if you go to
the
like
style is
the Mall of
cranked
America
in
or
this
something. There's
room
way
right
more
now.
people like wearing nice clothes and cool clothes and stuff. And then you come back to Marshall and nobody's really. They might think they're wearing pretty cool clothes, but it's
Yeah.
not like as a whole as it is when you go like to the cities.
yeah,
I
but we're always a year behind the city.
Right? Yeah.
a year.
I would say so.
It's more like 5.
Well, okay.
It is.
yeah, absolutely. I would agree. You're right.
I have a witness here who can testify this because she's one of the ones that has done it. I get compliments on my style all the time, and I always think that someone's making fun of me or joking on me because Drea will be like, "Oh, you look great." I'm like, "Really?
But
seriously?"
I think of you as a very stylish person.
But you know what's crazy? Most of what I get is just from Target or Walmart,
Goodfellow.
and then
brand.
I get like one LL Bean thing,
And then we give you crap
or,
for
or
it.
the Sheen app. That Sheen, you don't know what that is.
No,
You guys know what that is.
I don't know what
Sheen
that is.
has lots of good clothes, but it's like so hit or miss.
Is
You're
it
like,
Charlie? Is it some Charlie?
no.
Okay.
That gray hoodie that I wear, like that's got the black and the gray, it's
Yep.
got lines over it. So that was from Sheen.
Uh-huh.
Super nice. It was like $10.
No way.
And then I got 2 sweaters
Yep.
that fit super well here, but the arms are like this short.
Well, then
So-
you just
no,
roll
I
'em
just
up.
returned it. So very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. But I don't know. I think people just wear what they want to wear
Yep.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, thanks.
Do your hair however you want to do it.
I find this
don't do a middle
rather
part. You can pull it
hypocritical.
off.
I mean, you were no more than 15 minutes ago. You were making
What are
fun
you
of my
saying?
vest.
You're not saying any words.
15. No, I'm saying 15 minutes ago he was making
Oh,
fun of
okay.
my vest.
Yeah,
And
that's
now-
fair.
And now all of a sudden he's saying everyone should wear what he wants to
That's
wear.
true. I don't believe you should actually wear what you want to wear. I believe that you should wear what I want you to wear. That's the real truth.
And I think we'd all be better off if we did do what Max wanted us to wear. I mean, I can agree on that.
Okay, so this here's the last story I wanted to share about parenting 2 kids so far. So it's been super awesome. So Elam is 4.5, and
Mhm.
Amelia's 9 days old or whatever. We, because of the age gap, we knew there were going to be certain positives that Elam could like get it a bit more,
Mhm.
get the idea of being a big brother. All that. Elam is also, as you guys know, wild. So just like,
He's not so wild as just a bruiser, kind of.
Yeah, he's just a
sometimes
bruiser.
He's not
Sure.
like
yep.
you guys oversell how wild he
Yeah,
is.
that's
He's
true.
pretty
That's a
good
better
kid,
word. Like
but he kind of
he's
is
a
just
great
a bruiser.
listener, a great kid. But
Yep.
yeah, he just
Yeah,
doesn't
I
really know
agree.
his own strength, his weight. He
'Cause
loves
he is
to
big
wrestle.
and strong. He is pretty strong
He
for
is.
his
Yeah,
age.
he really is.
And so he's super, super gentle with Amelia. But the other night, he was, I don't know, just trying to be funny like a 4-year-old does after he was done holding her. And he like pretended to like fall off the couch, and he accidentally kicked Amelia in the face. And it was like a pretty tense moment. I was really surprised at how I reacted. I didn't like get super upset. I just was like, go to your room. And he
knew it.
Instantly started crying and left. And she was fine. And so not even 30 seconds later, I was following up there to see how he was doing. But what happened when I went into his room made me so sad. So when I got in there, he was like running away. He's on the other side of his bed. He's got a full-size bed. Other side of it, doesn't want me to like, I don't know, get to him or whatever. And so I sat down. I was like, "Come here, buddy. Like, I know it was an accident." And without any prompting, he said, "I feel like I want to run away,"
Wow.
and it tore me up inside. And now, as a 4-year-old, I think his concept of run away is not what we think.
Right.
I think he meant like I want to
Like-
run away from the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
But
sure.
where my mind
But even that's
went,
pretty profound too, actually.
where my
Yeah.
mind went was like such a dark place. I was so broken over it so quickly that I just, hugging him, and I was tearing up and just telling him how much I love him, brought him downstairs. But so now I've realized some of the downside of that age gap is she is so fragile as an infant, and he gets it almost too much now, where he sees that we are focusing a lot of time on her and protecting her, and
Sure.
not wanting him to feel like he's getting a back seat or like isn't the shiny object anymore. And so that is part of what I'm wrestling with, how to maintain that specialness, that uniqueness to each
And
kid.
make sure that he's still important and
Yeah,
valuable and worth time, all that stuff.
absolutely. So please, I need advice.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I got advice. I mean, I can share another story though. I mean, it kind of goes along with it in a different way. It's like
That'd be helpful.
So this is just in the last week, more appropriate to the last segment, but the preaching at church, there was some weather issues, so then there wasn't a huge crowd at church necessarily.
They heard you were preaching.
What's that?
Sorry.
I actually
wrong time.
I said the same thing. No, I get it.
I don't want to play into your insecurities or anything. That's not why the book crowd wasn't full. Sorry.
No problem. But
whenever I hear Greg's preaching, I actually don't go to my church and go to his church. So he stopped telling me when he's preaching.
Yeah, that's because he kept showing up. You're so dang faithful as a friend. So the church has not got tons of people in it, I would say, and Sawyer's pretty comfortable around our church just because he comes there, like more than most kids, just because I'm there. And so, I don't know, I'm halfway through the sermon and all of a sudden Sawyer just gets away from Erica. She's got Lincoln, holding Lincoln. And I see Erica kind of doing like the hold on to Lincoln, kind of trying to, walking up the aisle like, come on, Sawyer. And Sawyer thinks it's funny. He's going to run away. And keeps doing that. Just like one. And I thought, and then she didn't catch him. So I just like in the middle of the sermon kind of had to be like, Sawyer, you're interrupting.
Yes.
So, like, don't embarrass mom and dad, and about that time that she could come, she grabbed onto his arm and could lead him back to the chair and stuff. But all that was good. I got done with the sermon. I go sit down with them, and church service is almost over. And Erica's like just feeling embarrassed and kind of just crushed and kind of frustrated and just like feeling like she wasn't a good mom. For just got a lot on her plate, and I'm not there to help her. And so I went and took Sawyer to my office, and I just talked to him for a little bit, brought him back into the service. And when I got back, Erica was just kind of tearing up or whatever. So I had him go look at your mama, and when he saw her crying, he just crushed. I mean, he was just like, no timeout, any type of discipline would have done what that did to his heart. I mean, he saw that like, I hurt my mom. Never seen her cry before, So it's like, oh, and it was just like, and I felt like that moment, you're disciplining and trying to teach and father a 3-year-old, how much just soaks in. You don't see it, it's like, whatever. But that, I mean, this whole week, he's just been like on top of it. He listens. He's just sharp. He's just been totally like it was just funny. Like, yeah, not an ideal situation, but like, it's very useful seeing it happen. But, anyway, for whatever that's worth, I mean, kind of the same thing. Like,
they're learning emotions.
You're learning emotions, and that, wow, I actually have, like, in so many ways, I feel like they are so proud to find out they have power and authority, and they're always trying to fight for control in situations, and then they realize, I feel like Elam and maybe Sawyer too, like realizing, well, like, I also have power over people, and I can hurt people. And it's almost like it's like a humbling thing. Like, I'm trying to have control and power all the time, and then realizing like, oh, but that power actually has a downside, maybe.
Right.
And that's more than they're observing. But I almost feel like that's what it is. Like realizing like, whoa, cool, I can hurt people. It crushes Sawyer. But yeah. Anyway, that's something. It's a story.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a different beast when you're juggling 2 kids instead of just playing and hanging out and letting things happen in your house.
Yeah, I probably never really thought about it, but it is probably going to be super valuable that those like specific one-on-one interactions, like taking Elam to something that he enjoys that's just time for him and I, or his mom and
totally.
him.
Yeah.
Or sometimes dropping Amelia off with grandma and grandpa and just doing something together with Elam, and then vice versa when Amelia gets older. And I mean, it's just, you don't really think about that stuff until you realize that like it's not just like kids like in a grouping. They're still individuals with like needs, personalities, attitudes, behaviors, and there's already, you can tell how different Amelia is from Elam as a kid. She's just calm, and I don't mean like, because it's not wild. It's just like Elam never cuddled. He always picked up his head as an infant and just never wanted to like lay on your chest or all that. It's just total opposite for Amelia. So they're gonna be vastly different in their interests. So
yeah, that's cool.
Just figuring that early is helpful.
Yeah, when you're just the same every day. Like when you're consistent, it's really, I don't know that if your actions are consistently good and you try to do the same things, like I don't even think your mistakes matter that much, or like. Hopefully
not. I think communication helps a lot. Not letting things go unsaid, assuming that he gets it or whatever. Something that's hard is like he goes to daycare. Well, Rachel's on maternity leave, so Amelia stays home. So that feels already like you're maybe chosen or not chosen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
And then, obviously the first week or so, she's not sleeping in her own room. She's sleeping in the bassinet next to the bed. Sometimes by the time Elam wakes up in the morning, she's in the bed. And so like, this is a different, you just feel some kind of way about your parents, like with this new baby. He loves her, he adores her, but I almost can like relate, just like the fear of not being wanted or chosen.
Yeah.
Super real for a toddler, for a little kid, all that. So that's my fatherhood juxtaposition of the week. But
never heard that word.
You never heard that word?
I'm not so sure I have.
I don't know that I'm confident in what it means, but I think it's like a crossroads of like two conflicting ideas. And
certainly haven't heard it with symbol behind it, which was helpful.
Universal symbol.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
context clues
for it, but
well, so is that our episode?
Yeah, certainly can be.
Awesome.
I like the space, Maxx.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't really talk about the space.
That's awesome.
So this is the new 9017 content studio. So we'll do the Rise podcast out of here. We'll do at least one other podcast out of here, and then a number of other pieces of content. So look forward to that. This is podcast is sponsored by room temperature water, because we don't have a mini fridge yet. But in reality, stop cooling your water down. Who are you, the Queen of England? You can't have room temperature water?
I actually
fancy.
I actually prefer
you
it.
have room in your
you drink it
fridge.
faster.
Your fridge isn't full. I mean, it's not like you're taking something away to cool down your water.
That's true.
There's plenty.
But I don't like it. I don't like cool water.
Then don't put it in the fridge.
Somebody told me the other day that it's bad for you to have to call
no, get out of here.
I'm like,
people.
I don't want to talk
cancer.
about it.
It does give you cancer.
Oh, just no, it doesn't. Just
grow up.
I'm just like,
just grow up.
Water's bad for you now, really. I mean, the two things. It's like air.
No.
Actually, you shouldn't breathe. It's like, give me a break. You gotta. That's how I feel
I
like
hate this stuff
Spring
because
water
people,
or
it's not even
purified
real.
water.
One random person somewhere said that,
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
somebody ran with it, and then people believed it and said, people actually think this. Nobody thinks that. One person made it up somewhere.
Think it now,
No,
I'm going to stop drinking water.
People are so dramatic.
I'm very
You're so
afraid
dramatic.
at the consequences.
Yeah, it's not. It can't be good.
Are we supposed to drink cold or warm
You know where this
temperature
water
water?
comes from?
The ocean,
The Earth.
the earth.
And you know the Earth isn't good.
The ocean's in the earth.
Have you seen the
technically I was
documentaries?
right.
Easily.
All right, well, that's our show. See you next time.